Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have a pretty interesting episode for you guys here today that we want you to stick around for, so please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, this Draymond Green story broke last week, Friday, and we talked about it extensively. Obviously, you know that the first thing we found out was that there was an altercation, and ultimately the video came out. And all of a sudden, at that point, people started changing their positions on what they thought or what took place, rather after seeing the video, right? And video usually does that. Now, recently, we got to hear from Draymond Green himself. I believe he came out on Saturday and addressed the media and basically said he was going to be staying away from the team. And they said that. Now, as of now, Draymond Green is no longer with the team, and we don't really know what his status is with the Warriors. However, yesterday, I believe the Warriors played a game, and during the post-game interviews, they spoke to head coach Steve Kerr, and Steve Kerr was asked to give his thoughts on the Draymond Green situation, and specifically, he was asked to clarify a statement that he made when the news initially broke, when he first came out and spoke about it, which was Steve Kerr expressed at that time great frustration with the fact of that video leaking. And in fact, when Draymond Green was addressing the media, it was something that he himself spoke about quite a bit. So the reporter basically wanted to get some clarity on, whether or not he was making the video leak a bigger issue than the incident that actually took place. So what we want to do is we want to play what head coach Steve Kerr had to say to the media there to answer that question. And then we're going to come back and react to his comments. So take a listen to what he had to say here.
Hey, Steve, there's a perception out there, I don't know how widespread, that regarding the Draymond thing, that you considered the leak a more serious problem than the actual incident. How would you react to that?
I'm concerned about both. They're both a problem. The incident was a problem. The leak was a problem. I don't rank these things. My job as a coach is to prepare us to play, to make sure we can put the best team on the floor possible. And that job requires a ton of navigation, and it's very tricky. And it's made much trickier, when there is a leak, because then everything's out in the open. So the job is to handle everything behind the scenes with conversations, and then when it's out in the open, answering questions, like this one. But we are going to get through all this, and we're going to be okay. But it's that was a long way of saying they both concern me.
Quick follow-up on that, I guess, is just Draymond said that he didn't know how long he was going to be stepping away from. Do you have any idea or clarity on how much longer he'll be away? No
clarity. Again, something that we're handling internally.
Now, I want us to focus on something that he said towards the end, and he was quite specific about it. He said that both things are troubling. Number one, he finds the fact that they have a leak somewhere in their organization, and someone would, divvy up that information to TMZ to make it public. So obviously that first part is very concerning, right? Because that person deciding to do so pretty much created a firestorm. This was something that was talked about, but it didn't gain as much attention without the video. The moment the video came out, it created a totally different scenario. So he spoke about that. He said that was concerning, and it is concerning, right? Like, do you have a mole within your organization? That's the first thing. The second thing he said was the second incident, the incident with Draymond Green is still troubling. Now, why would it still be troubling? Why would he say that? And that's the part I want us to focus on. Him saying that it is still troubling means that he believes that is something that could potentially happen again. And what would make one believe this? You don't need to go any further than to look at Draymond Green's track record, which is something that I've been discussing. Draymond Green has a history of doing crazy things on the basketball court. There's a bunch of videos out there you can find of him cheap shotting people, kicking them in their private regions, and he's done it more than once. He's got into altercations with all types of players. He likes to antagonize guys, get guys going and all of that different. So it's not like as if we're just talking about a one-off incident. That's number one. Number two, Draymond Green seems to be a person that cannot control his emotions. And because he cannot control his emotions, one never knows when these type of things may happen again. And that is the concern that I believe that Steve Kerr is talking about. The fact of the matter is, Draymond Green, if you watch him on the court, whether he's arguing with the referee or he's getting into an alter, he's one of these guys that cannot seem to know when to stop. A bunch of players complain to refs. It's not like a Draymond Green thing, but all of them understand that there's a point where you stop. With Draymond Green, there seems to be no point. And that is the reason why he continuously gets so many texts. And that's the exact reason back in the 2016 NBA Finals, the Warriors found themselves in a situation where an integral piece of theirs was taken away from them. Why? Because even though they retroactively assessed him what I believe it was a flagrant one, if I'm not mistaken, a flagrant one or a tech or something like that, if he didn't have all of those those texts compiled, he would not have been in that situation. But he had gotten to the breaking point. And maybe LeBron and these guys knew that if they did something to antagonize him, do something to get him off his game, he is going to react emotionally. And then before you know it, he is going to get himself thrown out of a basketball game. And that is exactly what happened. And the saddest part about it is this. Recently, when he was asked about it, or whether or not he would do things differently, guess what Draymond Green said? He said he would not change any single thing. And that is the reason why Steve Kerr and these guys are worried about. He's not going to change, brothers and sisters. He's not going to change. He has a history of doing these type of things. And it looks like now, finally, people within the organization seem to be fed up with Draymond Green. Even some of his own teammates. I was listening to, is it Kuminga? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember all the names of the Warriors players. And he basically said that, Draymond is going to have to come in here and basically earn our trust. You're going to have to earn our trust back. To me, man, doing that to a teammate is cuckoo behavior, especially a teammate that is an integral part of the success of your team. That is cuckoo behavior. You got to weigh those things before you react like that. You just can't just let your emotions completely take over you. Like you can ill afford to do that. And to me, I think it makes the point that Chris Broussard made on First Things First, which was Draymond Green believes that he can say and do whatever the hell he wants. And I think now for the very first time, his own team, meaning the organization, is letting him know, no, Draymond Green, you will not. And according to a lot of the reports out there, some people are saying that there's a strong possibility that Draymond Green may not even be back with this team next year or even make it through this entire season with the Golden State Warriors. So what I want to know from you guys, what do you think about what Coach Steve Kerr had to say? And do you think that Draymond Green is going to make it past this year, or do you think he's going to be traded by the trade deadline? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and we catch you on the next episode.